All right, guys, I'm going to run through the Holy Grail system for the 2nd of January. And let me just pull it up on my records. Okay. From the open at 2 a.m., the start of the European session, we have a significant low. It touches all the Bollingers. We have two higher closes, lower close. Setup is complete here. It's not entered until here. You can see that the high of this bar is 9.4, so our entry price is 9.5, and you can see at 9.8 clearly hits it, and valid long trade, fucks it off, it's a loser. Now, at this point, we have the lowest close in the trend. It's definitely trending here, is at 7.8. The lowest close, the close here is 7.9. So we do not have a potential decreasing volatility trend. So this is not a valid shooting star setup. It does become a decreasing volatility trend, 0.72, right here, because you can see that from here to here we have a decreasing volatility of a single bar. And so at this point we stop taking long trades and only take short trades, which doesn't affect us in this instance. So we have a touch of the Bollinger, lower close, higher close, does not break the low, makes a new touch of the Bollinger here. Now, very interesting. Touch of the Bollinger, lower close, higher close. This is not a good risk-reward trade, not a good risk-reward trade, not, and finally a good risk-reward trade. So we go short here, stop loss here. The win was 6.5, which was exactly here. Hit the win and kept us going. So so far for today we are 1 win and 1 loss. So here, 402, touch of the Bollinger and immediate shooting star completes the setup. Do we have confirming evidence? Let's just check it out. You can see a touch of the Bollinger. We have a touch of the Bollinger on the 5-minute, and on the 10-minute here we have a trending market and a pullback to at least the moving averages. We do have valid confirming evidence, and in that instance, let me just check if it was a winner or a loser. And 402 was 3 pip stop, 3.5 pip target, 1.17 winner, and the target was. Let's just move this across. Target was roughly here. Now, becomes decreasing volatility trending right here. So at this point, we stop taking long trades. Fucking good idea if you ask me. And we start looking for shooting stars. Unfortunately, this is not quite a shooting star. It looks like one, but it's not. Sadly, rules are rules. This one is, but it's not touching the moving averages. Here we have a long setup, but we're still not taking long setups. So unfortunately, because this was a win, we have to skip this trade. And then we follow up with this bad boy here. You can see that the Bollinger high was 1.12022 and the bar high was 1.12022. So it's definitely a Bollinger touch, 2 lower closes, shooting star completes the setup, goes short on the break here. The target was just before the other lows, and goes short, hits the target immediately. Nicely done, if you ask me. Here, shitty trade. Touch of the Bollinger in all 3 time frames, higher close, lower close. Now, this is unusual because we're going counter trend on all 3 time frames, which makes it a shitty trade. I'm thinking about removing these setups from the system, but I need more data before I can do that. I don't just willy-nilly make changes. So anyway, went long here. Now, something very, very unusual happens here that I want to share with you. Our lowest close of the trend, we're definitely trending, is 1.11885. Here, we have a new trend closing low, and do we have decreasing volatility trend line? So the close here is 880, and the close here is 885. This goes up on the single bar, so we do not have decreasing volatility trend mode, which is a shame because I sure would have liked to take this shooting star short. Okay, so moving right along, 636, and we do not have a touch of the Bollinger here. We do have a touch of the Bollinger here, but it's broken the high, so the setup is off. Here, touch of the Bollinger, shooting star completes the setup. Our low is 1.11911. So our entry price is 910. So we do have entry if we have confirming evidence, and we definitely have confirming evidence. We have a trend with a pullback to at least the moving averages on both those time frames. So that is 734. Okay, so that is a losing trade. And you can see heading up towards our finish time of 8, we have no more potential trades. So what did we do for the day? We did down 1R, we did, let me just work that out. Okay, so for the day we had 3 wins and 3 losers from 6 trades, and we made a total of 1.09R. So our daily profit distribution looks like this. We've got a long string of unbroken wins, and that was quite a tricky day. So I think that was really interesting and worth doing.